S. Wiggins TV. Shout out my brother S. Wiggins. Coming out that Compton. He got a video. I'm going to keep it 100. My brother Wiggins, he's tripping. It says the most hated LA hood, not 60s, not Hoovers. Not Hoovers. Huh? Since the fuck when? Let's hear him out. Let's hear the man out. Now it's Black hood. He's getting specific, Black hood. So once you start factoring the essays in, it gets tricky. It gets tricky. It gets tricky. But even on the Black side, it's going to be 9 times out of 10, 18, F13, MS13, Playboys, Vadio 38th. Them got to be avenues, maybe 2. We might could put them in the mix, you know. But truthfully, you got to say Matavia, though, because they had the green light from everybody. If we're talking about all the history, you got to say Matavia. Shout out to Matavias. Shout out to Who East LA. Yeah, you know, I fuck around. Yeah, he says disclaimer, the beefs listed on here are mostly old and not ongoing beefs. This is actually based on an analysis of the total number of beefs over time. Perfect. That's the perfect criteria, if you ask me, for this discussion. Over time. So it has to count current too. And all of time.
Welcome back. It's Worldwide Wiggins back on S. Wiggins TV. For years, we've been told lies. You said Rollin 60s was the most hated gang in LA. I don't think that's true. You said the Hoovers was the most hated gang in LA. Nah, that ain't it either.
Bugging.
Shout to the 60s, shout to the Hoovers. I even heard...
I'ma just be real with you though. Maybe somebody gonna say I'm biased. But you can't tell me no neighborhood gang is a part of the most hated when they have the largest alliance in Southern California. You can't say that. Even though there's been in turn, the 40s and the 60s went to war. Yeah, but everybody didn't. The 90s ain't go to war with us. It didn't make the East Coasters go to war with them. The Legends go to war with them. You see what I'm saying? There was a little, you know, I know there was a little choosiness going on between certain people, you know, 30s, 50s, 90s, kind of honeys, you know what I'm saying? They kind of, we ain't gonna get in all that. Nobody jumped in the war though, right? So when you look at the expansiveness of the neighborhood alliance, all the Rollins, 40s to the 100s, and the East Coasters, and the, you know, the other people involved, like I mentioned, the Legends, the Inglewood Legends, the Linwood Neighborhoods, shit, I'm forgetting somebody. You know, when they have certain other allies that's not neighborhoods, like the Harlems, the Raymonds, you know, the different gangs that's in the hundreds that's not technically neighborhood but still a part of the Rolling Hundreds. Like, that's too big of an alliance for anybody to ever categorize anybody that's a member of that alliance as most hated. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. You can't do it.
Inglewood family, Bloods was the most hated gang in LA/Inglewood.
Ain't no Blood gang most hated neither. Ain't no Blood gang most hated because the blood on blood beef is not intense enough. You know, most of the blood on blood conflicts we're seeing have already come to an end or are coming to an end. Save a few, but a lot of them have already dissipated. The Crip on Crip conflict has been embroiled since 75, 76, when the Hoovers and the Blacks went at it. All right, check Kev Mac videos, interview with Hawk from 107 Block, originator of 107 Block, and he tells you the real first Crip on Crip beef was the 107 Blacks and the Hoovers over the foundation of the 107 Hoovers by the non-deuce Hoovers. Do your history. All right, fact check me if you want to, right? That was before 1979 when it was A-Train rolling 60 and everybody really had a line in the sand drawn and niggas really chose sides, right? So with that being said, yeah, can't no Bloods qualify neither. Can't no Bloods qualify neither. So you see what we're doing here? We're doing process of elimination. If we eliminate all the Bloods, boom, and we eliminate all the neighborhoods, boom, who's left? Only Crips that aren't a part of the NAC core. All right, so that's going to leave the Hoover core. That's going to leave the Gangster core. And that's going to leave, okay, we could put Hub and the Dub with that. It is saying LA. Are we talking about county? Are we talking, you see what I'm saying? But again, the Hub and the Dub, the Compton gangs, they shit is all centered just in the city of Compton. Who got beefs with niggas, crossing certain lines, sides, and shit like that? Yeah, no. It's let's just be real. Through process of elimination, the only answer, niggas West Side Hoover. That's it. That's the only answer. But again, we gotta hear him out.
Nah, that's not it either. Today,
But we should do. He should do. Let me give you a suggestion, Wiggins. Do a most hated neighborhood set, a most hated Blood Gang, a most hated Paru. I think I would say probably Mob would be most hated Paru, personally. Right? Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. Just from what I know, though, I would probably put the Mob as the most hated Paru gang in Compton. Right? The most hated Crip gang in Compton, the most hated Black gang, period, in Compton. Whether that's, Santana Nutty, Mob, whoever it is. I think this would be a great series, but I think you got this one dead motherfucking wrong. Let's go.
Break it down piece by piece. Why the 60s, the Hoovers, and the families, and the rest of the gangs of LA ain't the most hated. And at the end, I'm gonna reveal who is the most hated gang in LA. No, it's not the Bang Stars. I'll smack the. Nope. You gonna stop with them jokes.
You can't help but mention the Bang Stars.
No.
And then think about it, the Bang Stars is rolling hundreds. So at the end of the day, they in the neighborhood core.
It's not the LAPD. It's a real hood.
Well, it is the LAPD. That's the biggest gang.
It's an overlook.
And the SD. The SD really the most treacherous gang.
Good, bro. I did the calculations. I said,
Somebody got to, you ain't crunched them numbers right, Wiggins.
Worldwide Wiggins got to do it, man.
Wiggins.
Now, you need to watch the whole video and pay close attention.
We gonna watch it. We gonna watch it.
And you know what?
We gonna watch
bro, if you skip to the end without watching the whole video, Monday morning, I'm gonna go to the county building and I'm gonna go to your social worker. I'm gonna go to your caseworker and I'm gonna tell her you lied on your SAR 7 and she should cancel your EBT card.
I love this nigga. I love him.
I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't live like this. You better watch this whole video. All right, man. But anyway, man. Oh, one of the conditions on this one, bro, we got to count old beefs. All right, so old beefs count. Oh, because I don't know nothing about no beef going on right now. Let me. I'm going to use this LA gang map that stole from my stuff, stole my content, kind of, navigate the situation, if you will. And I'm a label the hoods because if I don't, I just know it's gonna get real tricky. It's gonna be hard to understand. So let's get it cracking. All right, we gonna start it off with the 60s. All right. Quite naturally, we just gonna cover the hoods that they beef with. All right. First off, the 60s. Number one enemy right here, Aint Gangsters. Alright, hold on. Aint Gangsters. Alright, and by the way, Hoovers, Brims, they all stick together, so we just gonna consolidate them into one hood. Alright, just a quick heads up.
No.
You know, Hoovers, Brims, you know, they all stick together.
No. There was a time when it was neutral with the brims because niggas was cool with the VNGs. But it's on with the brims. And historically, it's been on with the brims. It's homies from 5'9" with names like Killer Brim. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so no, that's you already starting off wrong, and this is why your math didn't math, brother.
So we just gonna consolidate them into one hood. All right, just a quick heads up.
Hold on, cuz. You know I'm not even doing no. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Give me another piece of motherfucking spam mail, cuz. I'm gonna show you what we gonna do. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. I was just gonna do the hash marks just to count, but it ain't even a reason to count. No reason to count. Cause we know what the answer is. Let's go.
All right. Another enemy of the 60s, the Hoovers. Hold on. The Hoovers. All right, boom. Another enemy of the 60s. Most of the Inglewood Bloods. And you're going to see why I said most. So, right here, neighborhood Paul Rule, SHREVEPORT families, Inglewood families, Queen Street, Crenshaw Mafia, Avenue Paul Rules, and Center Park Bloods.
So you gonna say the weirdos don't beef with 60?
Just for no disrespect to the weirdos, you know I rock with y'all, but I'm going based off of what I heard, you know, as far as, you know, documented stuff or, you know.
And I know the weirdos in the Center Parks be having flare-ups. Shout out my niggas from Center Park.
Things I can actually verify. But, you know, shout out to the weirdos. No disrespect at all. You know what time it is, bro. All right. I hope you counting it. So far, it's 1, 2. So, that's 7 Inglewood hoods, okay. 8, 9. That's 9 hoods, okay.
Okay, hold on. 7 Inglewood hoods, NHB, Centennial Park family, IFG, Queen Street, Center Park Bloods, Crenshaw Mafia, Avenue Power. Okay, that's 7. Hoover 8, A-Tray 9, Brim 10.
Let's keep going.
But again, if you want to group all us in this one, that's fine. Brims, they FHN. You could group all them in this one, but that's really 3.
All right.
But then even with the A-Tray, you missing the 7 ones, the West Side 7 trays.
5-1 troubles. All right. The 20 neighborhood bloods. All right. BPS, both of them.
Biddy and Jungle.
Both the Blackstones. All right, the Brims. Hey.
So you hold on now, Wiggins. You went that far and you didn't add Schoolyard with the 60s. You talking about historical all the time. Schoolyard, Yank Mob. What does Yank Mob mean? Anybody tell me what Yank Mob means? They wear a Yankee hat. It's Yank Mob, but it ain't the same Yankee as them. It's the opposite of, yeah.
Ain't even no space, but right there, Brims. And just because I heard a couple 60s, like in real life, this the Swans, and I heard a couple things, I'm going to add the Swans to the list.
Okay.
Go back. Boom. The Swans.
You got to remember they families. Family Swan Bloods, so Inglewood family, that family thing is, you know, the Bloods don't got like cars like GC and they, you know what I mean? But they kind of got, you know, like kind of, not for real though.
Yeah. All right, and I just for shock value, because I gotta keep it factual. You know what I'm saying? The Playboy Hustler Crip.
Okay.
6'8" Playboy Hustler
Shit, if it's historical, put the 40s on there.
All right. And I ain't got no space for them, but let's say the 5 West LA tracks.
Okay.
All right. They somewhere over there deep in the cut. And the 5 Trey Avalons. Let's see if we can make it over here. All right, that's it for the most part, right?
No. How you gonna put Lee Gardena out of it? Shotgun need to be on that list for sure. How Shotgun on that list? They on NH, you know, they don't like nothing with the NH on it.
Okay, let's tally it up.
So yeah, he missed one. He missed at Schoolyard. He missed Shotgun. By default, payback. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That math ain't right. That math ain't right, Keyway. 9-9 Mafia.
7 Inglewood Bloods, the 5 West LA Trace, that's 13.
12. 7 plus 5 is 12, brother.
8 Trace, 14. Hoovers, 15. 5-1 Trouble, 16. 20, 17. BPS, 18. Brims, 19. Swans, 20. Playboy Hustler Chris, 21. 5 Trey Avalons, 22.
Yeah, you missed a few. You missed a few.
I could include Broadway Gangsters and all that, but you know, we going by the book. All right.
Let's just round up. Let's get a 60s 30 enemies.
That's 22.
30.
All right, no cheating. Right there, 22 in your face.
And again, that's if we group all the Brims, all the Hoovers, all the Swans together.
So I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna start all over. And see, the Hoovers, they really beef with like neighborhoods, like.
Yeah, man, come on, Wiggins. So we're gonna do this. Let's go to Rap News Street Politics. Shout out Rap News Street Politics, the best hood channel on YouTube. Shout out my bro Rap News Street Politics. He did a tremendous video you need to check out on the set.
Now we know.
Now he did a calculation. He did a tally up. Let's take a listen.
Crash know the business. We out here tripping. Where's STARR? It's the 70s. We run this shit down here. Hey, babe, I'm pressing play all day.
Don't want to see me win, she must be crazy. Still buying all that gold, I need diamonds, baby.
Chilling with Pride. Who the hell is you?
Busting so much, I am not Tina.
Talking about you want to fade. Who even are you?
Bitch, we ain't romantic like Martin and Gina.
Sorry, bro. 7-4, who your name ain't? Babe ain't nothing. I'm hoping, nigga. Your name Junior. I'm 7-4.
Back on the west side of South Central on Hoover Street, from the 50s to the 100s. Now we know the Hoovers don't need any introduction, the most notorious set in the city. We know the Hoovers have 8 different active hoods that are beefing with at least 45 individual gangs in the city of LA alone.
You heard what he said?
City. We know the Hoovers have 8 different active hoods that are beefing with at least 45 individual gangs in the city of LA alone.
45. So if it's anything less than 45, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. Whatever, if you don't count 45, Wiggins, your count don't even matter. You didn't get nowhere near 45 with the 60s. I done rounded up to 30 just to give you and we still ain't to 45. All right, Smooth, let's go.
The 70s, the 50s, that's 2.
And even then, you gotta bust those down because the 70s, that's a clique of Menlo, right? So that's just the Menlos. The 50s are an alliance like the 100s are an alliance. The 40s and the 60s are individual gangs. The 50s and the 100s are alliance. You 50s, you got 5-5, you got 5-7, 5-8s or 60s, and then you got pimp gang, international pimp gang. That's all the 50s, and even the older niggas from the 50s that's a part of gangs that's not really got younger generation out, like the DCs. You know what I'm saying? There was even the Catwalk 5-1 neighborhood shit like that was around at at least had a flash or something. Niggas was claiming it at one point in time or another. That's all encapsulated in the rolling 50s. It's just mainly 5557, right? So there's that. Then of course you got all them gangs in the hundreds. That's a bunch of little gangs. Motherfucking 10-4 hard time, UG, BLACC, 10-5 Gangster. You see what I'm saying? All that. 111, 11-5. Them is individual gangs on their own though. You gotta count those individually.
The 40s, that's 3. The 30s, that's 4. They really go at it with the neighborhoods and the East Coast, and the East Coast is all consolidated into one.
We're gonna consolidate you got East Coast as neighborhood, East Coast as block. So you can, again though, if you count the neighborhoods, that's the deepest. Between the Rollins, 40s to the 100s, and the East Coast is first 1200, nigga. That's all of that. Who can say they got more than that other than some Mexicans? That's it.
So I don't feel like it's the Hoovers, bro.
This nigga's crazy, fool. Just the neighborhood, just the biggest alliance in the city on the black side. Just the biggest one. That's it. All the 40s to the 100s. All the East Coasters, first to 190 to 1200. Then the brand, then the Denver lanes, who got Pasadena Denver Lane and Altadena Denver Lane. So that's DLB, PDL, ADL, right? FHN Brims. East Coast, all of them. Rolling 40s to the 100s, all of them. By extension, Harlems. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And then if we're talking about historic, he said historic. Historic, you got to put the Swans on there to be accurate historically. Then Main Street, 984, Main Street got to go on there. You see that? Oh, then Gangsters, 8797 Gangsters, the 4-pack. Wiggins, what are we talking about? Then niggas went at it with the mob all the way in Compton. What are we talking about? Wig, you crazy. Then we got Mexican enemies. Only niggas you can see that have substantial Crip, Blood, and Southside enemies. Look at him trying to downplay.
Now, this one is going to be one of the most controversial topics. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's the Hoovers, bro.
He said there was a dead body in a car for a week in the Hoover's hood across the street from a weed shop I did security for. Oh, that's grimy. That's grimy.
At Inglewood family, we just gonna bring it back.
Grove just try to just bypass us.
Inglewood families.
Rap News Street Politics counted 45. 45.
It's kind of the same thing, bro. 60s.
Yeah.
40s.
They beef with the neighborhoods. I give you that one. But if we're doing historical, they went at it with the DLBs too. Swan went at it with DLB. Swan went at it with Bob Bishop.
50, the 50s.
All neighborhoods. 30s and plus Harlem. 30s to the 100s.
90s. Part-time hustlers. The 100s.
My brother can't count.
Legends. You know, they don't have as much, you know what I'm saying, as the hood I'm about to name, bro, because yeah, they just
all neighborhoods, and it's gonna go. That's East Coast too. That's counted as Inglewood's enemies.
Bro, just believe me on this one.
Nah.
So the question that needs to be asked is, Wiggins, if 60.
Wiggins just, he just trying to be controversial. We ain't mad at you, Wig.
Ain't the most hated. Hoovers ain't the most hated. And Inglewood families ain't the most hated. What hood could possibly be the most hated? And like I said from the get-go, we counting every beef from the past, old beefs included. Which hood has been most problematic? Which hood has went at it with everybody? Can you guess? Drop a comment. Drop a comment right now and show me what you think the answer is gonna be. Cause I don't think you're gonna guess this one, bro. Who you think I'm finna say? What hood could be more hated than the 60s, more hated than the IFs, more hated than the Hoovers? We counting old beefs. Who could it be? You done guessing? You dropped a comment? Drum roll, please. You ready for this one? You sure you ready? You ain't gonna put your pink panties on, right? You ain't like a man, right? The most hated gang in LA that has had beef with more hoods than anybody in the land, in my perspective, is the Raymonds, bro.
I already knew this was the answer that he was going to give. Shout out to the Raymonds. Listen, before I even say anything, go to my Instagram. Hold on, bro. Okay, I made a post the other day. Throwback post. Feel me? Nigga behind me. He went from 12-0 yet. But he moved. This is on the border, Vista, Oceanside, California. He moved. First, he was staying on 73rd in Vermont. He moved to the Raymonds. His big brother them, Twin Capone them from 12-0 Raymond. That's baby Twin Capone, 12-0 Raymond ass Crip. So don't get it twisted. I know you know what I'm saying, but I got love for some Raymonds though. You feel me? So ain't no disrespect to the Raymonds, but it ain't the Raymonds, bro. Shout out to the Raymonds. It ain't the Raymonds, and don't worry, we gonna go to the G from Raymond. Gangbanger life coach, Coach Zoe, and he gonna let you know it ain't the Raymonds. Let's go.
Wiggins, no, you didn't. You did not just say that. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to. Let me put my coat on, man. I gotta become Professor Wiggins on your ass, bro. You ready? Let's go. And remember, we count OBs. We count all the OBs. So who has been most consistently problematic? All right. You ready? Let's crack it off. Raymonds. We gonna use the 12-0 Raymonds right here. All right, right here. See the Raymonds? Okay. The win at it with Denver Lanes. 60s ain't got no beef with Denver Lanes. 60s is cool with the Lanes. All right. At this
overnight
port. All right. I'm going to say Brims solely because back in the days, bro, Brims went at it with all the Crips.
You see the fucking lengths he got to go to? Wiggins, this is the region you going to do? You ain't even count the Brims with it. Like, we talking about historical wars with the Brims?
Okay, so the Brims. The Hoovers. Oh, nobody, we ain't beef with nobody to the west. Wait, yes you is, the Harvard Gangsters.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's nobody to the southwest. They done went at it with the shotguns.
And if I know from the homie, I just showed y'all, let me know they didn't even, even have flare-ups with the UGs. And of course the Legends. He told me they consider the Legends their worst enemy. At the time they did. I know that they patched that up with the Legends of late.
Oh yeah? At least there's nobody to the south. But wait, they went at it with the Paybacks. Well, at least they never went at it with no Hispanic. Oh, wait, they went at it with Gardena 13.
Shout out to the homies from that G13 too.
Oh, and remember, the Tendus Ravens is Ravens, right? So we gotta count all the Inglewood blood.
Yeah, you do.
So Tendus Ravens over here, Queen Street, Families, Centennial Park, Neighborhood, Paru, Center Park, Crenshaw Mafia, Avenue, Paru, with the exclusion of weirdos, like I said.
No, they had that beef with weirdo.
Right, because like I see, and you could argue that they didn't go at it with all of them, but like Spud the Blood said, Bogart went at it with a little bit of all of them. So we got to take that into account. Oh, Lennox 13, I've been hearing little scrimmages about.
Yeah, because you know they go with the Tongans, and I used to fuck with a bitch from Tendu Tongan, so you know she said like Lennox, they really don't, the Tongans really don't be into it with the Bloods of Inglewood. They really be into it with Lennox.
About that,
from what I know.
Oh, and by the way, the Inglewood Legends. I totally forgot to add that to the list. Add that to the list. All right, and oh, watch this.
He done forgot. He done had to come on the post edit.
Ravens that went at it with the blocks. You feel me? Back in the days of Bogart, UGs. Okay. They done went at it with Watergate right here. Yup. I heard they went at it with Budlong. That's a wobbler. You feel me? And I ain't talking about no crimes, no bodies, no nothing. Just, you know, rumbles. You feel, you know what time it is, bro. I hope you keep it score. They done went at it with Main Street. They done went at it with 8-7 and a little bit of 9-7. That's twice.
True indeed.
They done went at it. Well, I think 9-7 is you know, kind of in conjunction with 8-7.
But that ain't own thing.
And remember, we gotta count PDL. So way out there in the valley.
Ain't give us
San
that
Gabriel
though.
Valley.
Just say, man, they just beef with the neighborhood. Come on, fool. You know, in the P, but you got to remember there's a Raymond in Pasadena though.
Well, at least they never went at it. You feel me, with the land. I mean, at least they never went at it with the land. Wait, yes they did. They went at it with Front Hood.
Damn. Okay. now that I didn't know about.
And see, I could count Miller because Miller is
Athens Miller
with Athens,
for
even
sure.
though it's not really like that. So boom, let's tally it up. 7 Inglewood Bloods, Denver Lanes 8, Athens Park 9, Brims 10, Hoovers 11, Harvard's 12, Shotguns 13, Paybacks 14, G13 15, Lennox 16, Block 17, UG's 18,
This is gonna be a lower count than he had for the 60s.
Watergate 19, Budlongs 20, Main Street 21, 8-7 22, 9-7 23, PDL 24, Front Hood 25. And that,
Okay, so that's a little bit more than that. We can round them up to 30, and that still ain't 45 individual gangs. Come on.
that's just the ones I'm naming. So yes, sir, Raymonds got to be the most hated. All right, you made me bring Professor Wiggins out, man. Yes, sir. And by the way,
Shout out Wiggins, man.
I'm
Good
challenging
content. Good
I
content.
challenge you. Anybody who disagrees with this, bro, come on my show. We could debate it. I mean, we just as long as you don't talk reckless and go to talk about street shit. You feel me? We could debate it on my channel. But yes, sir, Ravens is the most hated. Okay, that's just a little something, you feel me? I promise I was gonna do Saturday. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm pretty sure you gonna drop a comment cussing me out, but let me know.
He knows it. So let's go to the Raymonds, And let's see what the Raymonds have to say about him labeling them most hated and who they feel like is the most hated.
Back to the channel. First and foremost, let me say happy Father. YouTube Nation, what it do, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, let me say happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, man. For everybody, keep doing your thing, man. And always, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good.
All praise.
All right, so let's dive into this. So I just saw this video. One of the homies just sent me this video about a brother S. Wiggins. Shout out Wiggins. Salute, homie. I haven't had a chance to physically meet the homie yet. I see him been in the hood with Baby Crazo, with Day Day, and a bunch of other homies, Frog and whatever. But shout out to Wiggins, man. I like the content you drop. You always give me an alley-oop. I like what you did with the Spud interview. That's why I came with the Bullboy thing. So just hit me with another alley-oop. So I'm going to say this, man, in regards to most hated. Being that I come from the Raymond community, I wouldn't say we the most hated. A lot of people do hate us, though.
He disagrees.
A lot of niggas don't like us. A lot of niggas don't like us because we didn't turn neighborhood.
And that's a fair point where the Raymonds are in a unique situation where they is beefing like kind of cross car. They even have, you know, issues with people in the neighborhood car, or they got allies in the neighborhood car. They never really officially turn neighborhood and, you know, shit like that.
A lot of niggas don't like us because we fuck with neighborhoods. A lot of niggas like you niggas is the same. So you got niggas, we in the middle of that. A lot of niggas do give us our respect because for us to be a smaller hood compared to 60s and East Coast, with 8 trade and 40s, we hold our own, you know what I mean, niggas.
And still have the spread where it's 12, 10 Deuce in Pasadena.
Might not be the hood with the most richest hood, but nigga do produce a bunch of shooters though, you know what I mean? You're gonna get that. You might not see niggas on the corners and all that, but you will catch some shots. You got niggas that will bust on you, you know? That's something that comes with the territory. We just more so always been more into gang banging and not other shit. Just one of those old hoods, you know what I mean? But now, I think when they say most hated, right? I don't think we more hated than the Hoovers. I don't think we more hated.
He said it.
Than the 60s. I think when it comes to that, man, them two hoods is big as fuck, and a lot of people hate them, bro. You know what I mean? I think more people hate the Hoovers more than anything. I think.
He said it. He said it.
I don't think no Crip gang, man, them two hoods is big as fuck, and a lot of people hate them, bro. You know what I mean? I think more people hate the Hoovers more than anything. I don't think no Crip gang, no black gang in LA County is hated more than the Hoovers. And I'm saying this from the Crip side of the fence, from the LA side of town, being that I come up banging against the Hoovers and all that, and you know, you gotta respect the worthy opponent because they just as big as the East Coasters, man, and it's like, if they hate it more than the East Coasters, you know what I mean? So,
as somebody who had to bang against the set, I mean, who's more qualified? He said it, man. He said he's an OG.
Appreciate that honor, bro. That, I mean, I guess, I don't know if it's an honor or whatever. You know what I mean? Some homies, I see in the comments, they like that shit. But truthfully speaking, I don't think we the most hated. I think that goes to the Hoovers. But a lot of niggas do hate us, man. Of course, a lot of Bloods do, but a lot of niggas do hate us for different reasons because we not this, we not that. Just right. That's it, bro. But shout out to all, man. I appreciate you, Wiggins. Once again, man, keep doing your thing, bro. Much love and respect, homie.
Shout out to the big homie, man. Shout out to Wiggins. Wiggins was tripping. I'm going to close out with that.